Ghosts! Oh god! Ghosts! Ah! Ghosts! Ghosts! Oh! Lightning! Triple Neo, one of the most popular and impressive jumps in Minecraft parkour for all its difficulty. Because it is a tough one, right? First time I tried to do it, I failed about 200 times before I found a decent setup. Well, I'm going to show you it doesn't have to be that hard. A lot of jumps, if given the right setup, can have a lot of their regular difficulty reduced or removed entirely. The Triple Neo is no exception. Here's a Z-facing Triple Neo. What's Z-facing? I'll tell you later, don't worry about it. You have this common momentum setup you see for Triple Neos, a 3x3 plus 4 blocks of momentum. This lets you jump 3 times, twice for momentum and once to complete the jump. Knowing this, let's make it real easy for you. I want you to place some glass panes or iron bars like this. You shift at the very back of the setup up against the glass pane. For the perfect setup with easy replication, you want to set your teleport to the exact coordinates at this spot. No matter what your XYZ coordinates are, they are always going to follow this exact formula and have these exact decimals. So for me, that's going to be these coordinates. Now we get these coordinates down, that already makes things easy enough. But we can make things even easier, even more formulaic. Let's fix our yaw and pitch. For this Z-facing Triple Neo, you're always going to be looking at the break between these two blocks. Numerically, that's always going to be a yaw of negative 168.4 or 11.6. Pitch will always be 20.4, so set your teleport as such. With this, you're ready to do the jump. Teleport to the coordinates with that yaw and pitch, and do not move your mouse until I say so. That'd ruin the point of setting your yaw and pitch. You're going to hold down your sprint key. Maybe I should have said this at the very beginning, but you really should have a sprint key binded. It makes everything in Minecraft easier, not just parkour. For me, my sprint key is Q. Q is your throw button. What's your throw button set to? R. R is your ultimate. What's your ultimate set to? Wrong game. Holding your sprint key down, you're going to press W and then space right after, as in head hitter timing. What's head hitter timing? It's the same timing interval between the W key and the space bar that you would use when doing head hitter jumps. Da-da, 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 da-da. I'd like to get it down to a science to exact milliseconds, but I'm lazy, and I'd bargain that most of us don't feel things out in milliseconds when we're doing parkour. It's instinct, it's a feeling, getting a groove. Head hitter timing will be ingrained into your brain once you practice it enough. Now we start the jump with that head hitter timing. Still not moving your mouse at all, you're going to hold down the sprint key, forward key, and space bar to complete the next jump, and the one after that. Only as you're completing the third and final jump will you turn your mouse to curve in to complete the jump. Alternatively, you could use the strafe key A to turn in, but it is not necessary. Oh look, you've completed the jump. How easy is that? But that's only the Z-facing Triple Neo. What about the X-facing one? Back up, because I need to get everyone on the same page in case anyone doesn't know the difference between X and Z-facing in parkour. The quickest way to show the difference is to just looky here. Here's the Z-facing Neo. It will tell you that it's Z-facing in the F3 menu. You hug the Neo, you get right up against the wall, and you can perform the Neo just fine. Try to do the same with an X-facing Neo. You start hugging right up against the wall, but when you try to do it, it's like you run into the wall and you can't complete it. So why does this happen? I explained the difference before in an old Neos video, and I made a diagram just like this. Imagine you're approaching a Neo from this direction. If it's X-facing, the blockage will in reality be like this. It starts earlier and ends earlier. So because that wall starts earlier is why you end up running into it. If it's Z-facing, the blockage in reality will be like this. It will start later and end later. This is a coding error, and the difference between X and Z-facing Neos no longer exists past 1.14 because they fixed it, but I'm playing in 1.8.9 right now. You might be wondering where the wall begins and ends for Neos past 1.14, but that's not something I'm going to get into. Sorry about that. This tutorial is only for Triple Neos up to and not including 1.14. With that explained, here's the setup for the X-facing Triple Neo. Because you have to account for the wall starting earlier, we're moving the setup pane one block over. As always, you'll shift at the very back and up against the pane, and your coordinates teleport format with yaw and pitch will always be as such. To perform the jump, it's the exact same thing as the Z-facing Triple Neo. Head hitter timing, don't move your mouse as you're sprinting and jumping, you're going to start turning right when you hit the spacebar for the third and final jump. Want to put a disclaimer out there though. Following this setup isn't very effective at helping you learn how to do Triple Neos. This is following a step-by-step manual. My parents who have never played Minecraft, let alone Minecraft parkour, could probably manage this. However, this does follow my philosophy of baby steps in learning. Because if you can't do Triple Neos at all, you might as well try this step-by-step manual because it will at least show you the best guidelines for its completion. Once you realize that this is the ideal movement and angle you want to be replicating to gain the right momentum and land just before the blockage, you can start to use your judgment and approximate the proper completion of the jump without perfect setup. So yeah, use this to impress your friends by all means. Look, I can do a Triple Neo with like 80% success rate. But if you get this down pat, I encourage you to go crazy and try different setups, different angles, different momentum. As tough as it is, a Triple Neo can be approached in a large number of ways, I'd like to say infinite. I'm alone in the world! Except for 85% off summer sale, he's keeping me company. Hold on, I'm only lonely because my FOV sucks. Why did everyone tell me to lower my FOV when it actually just makes me lose friends? Higher FOV? Oh hey guys, thanks for showing up. I was getting lonely. Tell me what field of view means. It is your view of the field. A small view of the field means you can't see anything. You're playing Minecraft through a magnifying glass. I hate it. You can't see much of what's to your left and right. You lose all that peripheral vision. Turn your FOV up, you can see everything the world has to offer. That's why I love it.
Whoa!
Neo.
Yankee with no
Neo.
brim! Hold on, let me go around. Let me go around. That's
Neo.
Whoa!
Reasons I hate Warlords. 1. Why did you spell it minigames with no space the first time, then you spelled it minigame with a space the second time? What's the matter with you, Warlords? I did my research. The arcade games lobby first set the precedent for the spelling of minigames with no space, long before you even took your first breath. Why have you not paid homage, or even a shred of respect to your elders, Warlords? Shameful. 2. After this disturbing discovery, I'd like to relax by playing some parkour. Uh-oh, a maze. It's called parkour, not maze. That's corn. We've been over this many times. Shut up, Warlords. You think I have time for your despicable deception? 3. The parkour still sucks. I thought I at last reached the end of your detestable, deceitful maze, but then I realized this was but a checkpoint and not the end of the parkour. Every other lobby has iron pressure plates as their checkpoints and gold pressure plates as their starting and finishing pads. Get with the program, Warlords. 4. The sign on my left here has 10 hyphens to 1 arrow. I will count for us because it is evident that you cannot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Respectable and reasonable, but only without context. Look at this contemptuous context on my right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Why these incorrigible inconsistencies, Warlords? If you are too careless to even equalize the hyphens in your arrows, then maybe you should not have the privilege of arrows at all. 5. This guy is muted. I'd expect nothing more of such a sad, spineless mini-game than to attract those of the same breed, those who cannot even refrain from breaking the few lenient rules that Hypixel has so reluctantly laid forth. I will now beat you up to restore justice to this world. 6. The game sucks, no one plays it. 7. After all of this disrespectful display of discourtesy, dishonor, and crassness, you throw in this half-willed attempt at masking your insecurities with this big, unmissable sign that reads, class. But no, I see through your lies, Warlords. You have no class. You've made that very clear.